Hey, Walter Sorrells back with more tips for the knife maker. Today, day 6, I think it is, of the Nightfall project. So on Friday, I finished heat treating my first batch of Nightfalls. If you've been following me, what I'm doing is I'm going through the whole process of bringing this from a concept to a finished knife. And so today, the knife comes back from my heat treating process. It's covered with oxide, scale, whatever you want to call it. I got to get rid of that, and then it'll be time to put the handle on it. So Thursday and Friday, I was running micarta through my Haas mini mill and producing scales for this, the handle material. And so we're going to continue working on those handles. I've tried G10, canvas micarta, and linen micarta. And I really was sort of not thinking too much about the linen micarta, but now I think it's awesome. I think it looks really cool. So I'll probably finish up and do most of this with linen micarta and a couple of them with G10. All right, let's get started. So today I continued producing handle scales on the Haas. Now my original intent had been to do these knives with G10 rather than linen micarta, but I basically tested out a bunch of alternatives and I was happiest with the linen micarta. G10, which is basically a flavor of fiberglass, is not a pleasure to work with. You get all that glass dust floating around and it makes you itchy, and I just don't like working with it. So when the linen micarta came out looking and feeling as nicely as it did, I decided to go more in that direction. I'll do a few canvas, a few G10, but most of this batch will be linen. One of the things I've been harping on in this series is that a lot of people think using a CNC machine eliminates handwork or craftsmanship or whatever, but there's still a lot of little handwork stuff involved in making a knife. Here I have to cut every one of these handle scales out of this blank. And it has to be done pretty carefully or you'll tear this little divot of micarta out where the tabs are located. Once that's done though, I have to go over to the grinder and grind off the spot where the tab was. Again, it has to be pretty delicately done or you can overgrind and then the whole scale goes right in the trash. Couple thousandths is all it takes to make it look like crap, so you just have to go nice and slow. Once those are done, I'll run them through my abrasive tumbler. In the past, I haven't done a lot of tumbling of knife material, but I'm experimenting with it on my newest knives and getting pretty good results. This is just an El Cheapo Harbor Freight tumbler. By the way, I've referred to dozens of Harbor Freight products over the years, and I think I referred to every single one of them as an El Cheapo whatever it was. Gotta love Harbor Freight. Anyway, probably going to end up having to dump some cash on a fancier tumbler one of these days, but for now, this is still getting it done. One of the things that YouTube knife guys rarely talk about is the selling side of the blade business. Nobody wants to hear about the fact that behind all this knife making, people actually have to feed their families and all that stuff. That's no fun, bro. But with the importance of social media these days, selling knives always involves photographs. Anyway, I'm actually doing a whole separate video about it, so I won't go into much here, but I've also been working today on making a little carousel gizmo for photographing knives. And that pretty much ate up the afternoon today. As I said at the top of the show, I'm messing around with tumbling, so tonight I'll throw a bunch of knives in my tumbler, trying out several different approaches to see how they come out. Look for the results tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching day whatever this is, 5 or 6 of the Nightfall project. So tomorrow we'll be putting the handles on here and maybe sharpening them up, maybe lasering the logo, the Tactics Armory logo on the blade. I'm not really sure exactly, but hope you'll join me tomorrow and see where this knife takes me. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe and make sure that you click on that bell so you get notified of all the latest videos. Want to buy a knife from me? Check out my modern blades at tacticsarmory.com. Digging the channel? You can support our video making efforts on Patreon. You know, I've been banging away on these videos for like 10 years, so I hope you'll show some love for all that hard work. Link in the cards and descriptions. Finally, if you're interested in making Japanese swords, check out my full line of Japanese sword videos where I show how to forge Japanese swords as well as how to polish them and how to make fittings, handles, and scabbards. WalterSorrellsBlades.com.